A racism row and dozens of arrests have headlined a wild Wednesday at federal parliament.
'Tis the season. Lydia Thorpe with a not-so-senatorial salute after a low-brow start in the upper house.
I see it is as a protection racket by the Greens to protect Senator Payman.
Senator Hanson attempting to refer the Afghani-born senator to the High Court over citizenship. Citizenship, Senator Payman says, is impossible to denounce under Taliban rule.
If that is not racist, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
If that is not racist, what is it?
Senator Thorpe tearing up the motion in the chamber.
What do they want? A civil war in this country? Black and brown people against white people?
You lose that battle. You lose that battle 9 times out of 10.
We're bringing in people from South Africa at the moment. There's a huge amount coming into Australia who have disease. They've got AIDS. If that is not racist, what is it?
You can't handle the truth.
But you know what, Senator Hanson? How do you live with yourself, Senator Hanson, with so much violent hatred? How do you live through your days spreading hatred? How do you go to sleep? How do you look your neighbours in the eye?
Listen to that voice.
How do you go to sleep?
Listen!
If that is not racist, what is it? How do you go to sleep?
Well, a possible path to peace in Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky today confirming he's prepared to agree to a ceasefire if his country is invited to join NATO.
What do you think about Donald Trump?
Fuck them.
Russian President Vladimir Putin says he may use a newly tested ballistic missile to target key sites in Ukraine's capital.
Help. Police. Murder.
The chilling threat follows another huge attack by Russian forces on Ukraine's power grid.
Stop, don't come back.
A Preston man in his 20s is $50 million richer after a life-changing Powerball draw. He was one of 2 Division 1 winners after buying his first ever lotto ticket last night.
But now there's a way to get paid just for driving around, as long as you follow the road rules.
It's the new app putting cash into your pockets.
I've made around $250.
Instead of fining people for their bad behaviour, My Drive Hero does the opposite, rewarding users for driving safely.
I want 150,000.
And if you don't pay me when you owe me, then I'm going to pay you what you owe me. You see what I'm saying?
Now to that breaking news on US President Joe Biden, who has just announced he's pardoned his son Hunter Biden. It's a huge black flip for the president, who had repeatedly said he wouldn't use his authority to do so. Hunter is facing a sentencing for being convicted of federal gun charges and has pleaded guilty to federal tax evasion charges. Joe Biden says his son was selectively and unfairly prosecuted.
Then I saw it.
My wife was dead. My daughter was dead.
I saw a man who would die for his son. A man who would kill for his son. A man who would kill for his wife. Angry and alone. Laid out in front of him the bad path. I saw it. And the path was a circle. Round and round.
For the first time in my life, I understood how someone could consciously decide to commit suicide.
Hunter's laptop has photos of this guy smoking crack and fucking hookers with guns to their head. And Biden has a chance to make this go away. And he does.
Expelliarmus.
That's what family is for. And if you're a family values guy, you gotta respect a man for pardoning his crackhead son. You respect him. That's his son. That's my son. The other one died of brain cancer because he was in a burn pit in the war. This is the only son I've got left. And yes, he's a crackhead. And yes, he fucks hookers with guns to their head and takes photos of it and puts it on a laptop that he then turns in to get fixed. And then it all leaks out into the press and it's embarrassing.
Oh, come on!
But he's my son. And yes, he probably did cocaine at the White House. He's my son. If Biden can get rid of the problems that his son has, he's going to do it. And he did it. He owes nobody anything. He's dead. Biden's elderly and dead. He barely knows where he is. He hates the Democratic Party. He's just trying to shield his only crackhead son.
If it was my son, I'd pardon him too. But here's what I didn't like. Don't lie to us.
The fallout from the pardon, people are angry at it, but it makes sense to me. Biden doesn't give a shit about the country. The country turned their back on Biden just because he didn't know who he was. He's pardoned this motherfucker for everything. Things that they don't even know that this one did. Look at that face of this one. Biden issued this blanket pardon going, if you find out this motherfucker disemboweled a hoe, he's fine. That's my boy.
And that's, I have that hanging in my bedroom. And I really, I'm really lucky. I'm really lucky. I had great kids. So I was fortunate. And anyway.
No, don't, just fuck off. Don't put your fucking shite into my head. You know how people ruin everything? You know how people ruin everything?